Now, in order to create a tab like this called Apply Excel, okay, what you need to do is to go to the Home tab. Imagine that you don't have the tab yet. So you go to Home, right click, and go to Customize the ribbon, and it will pop up this screen called Excel Options. Now, from here, to create this tab, first thing first is click onto the button below here. It says New Tab. So click on the New Tab here. You will see a new tab appearing right here. Okay, you can adjust the order. You can go up to the top before the Home, or you can go down to somewhere below, depending on the tab that you see here. Whatever you have. Okay, so let's put this above the Home tab, before the Home tab. So I need to move the New tab up before Home. Alright, now this is a new tab that should appear here. So assuming that, let's say, I don't do anything and I click OK, I will have a new tab. So in this new tab, there isn't anything, and it's before the Home. Okay, now let me go back into the new tab again, customize the ribbon. Now in here, I can put in anything I want. I can even go to the new tab here. I rename my new tab, and I can call this Everyday Excel. Okay, or whichever that you are comfortable with. Click OK, and this tab will become Everyday Excel. Okay, so when I click OK, the new tab here shows Everyday Excel. So this is how you change the tab name. Insert a tab and change the tab name. Now, what do you put inside this tab? It's up to you. What I would recommend you to put in here are commonly used formulas, especially if you are actually transition from 2003 to 2010. Everybody's use of Excel different. Every function itself, you have different functions. Some people will use a lot of copy and paste. Some people will use a lot of auto and filter. So from here, you can, the best way is that when you are here, go back to customize the ribbon. Now, how to look for formulas and functions that you are familiar with. Okay, now if you find that your functions that you need to use, okay, let me cancel away again, go to Home. Now, if this formula is, this is the icon, this set is the icon that I want in my Everyday Excel tab, because this is something that I commonly use. Alright, so what I do here is I identified it here. I need to do the formatting here. I also need this one. Okay, what you can do is go back to Excel, right click, customize the ribbon. Now, in here, you can click onto the drop down and say main tabs. The one that starts from Home all the way to the end is they are called main tabs. Now, the far tab that is green in color is called far tab. Okay, now let me recommend you something about far tab. So let's say I want to put right from the left a far tab. Then from here, I can say I like to have my open button. That's when I start a new document or I open a file, right? So I can have my open button here and say that I want to add this into my new group. So I click on the new group, I click onto open, and I click add. My open icon will go in. Now, another one that I highly recommend you put in is called open recent files. If there's a file that you use very often, then you can actually scroll there and it will give you the list of recent files. So you can also add this one in. Now, another one that is very useful is creating a new workbook. So you scroll down, you should look for new over here and click onto here and add in. Now, the order where it appears can be arranged by using the up and down button again on this side, on the right hand side here. Okay, now one more button is useful is preview, print preview. So let's look for print preview. Okay, print preview, print preview and print, print preview and print. It should be print preview and print. Click add. Done. Now, new group. This group itself is called a new group, which means it's here. It says new group, right? So here you can also rename the new group as something called uh, file, for example. So click file and click OK. Now your group is called file, and below that group file you have all these icons. Okay, just do a sample first. You ready? Now, so from here, once you click OK, you will see that your tab Everyday Excel will come with 4 different icons. Commonly used one, so don't put in too much. Now, another way to put in the data is like you go to Home tab. This is the clipboard, right? You need to do lots of copy and paste. Is over here. So you can actually go in from here, right click and go back to customize the ribbon. Now, under the tag here, you have the file tag. Right? Now, the next thing you want to do is you want all these whole sets of icons from the clipboard inside the Everyday Excel so that you customize it for your own use. So what you can do is go inside here, click onto the tab and say, let's go to the main tabs. Click on it. And these are the main tabs, which will actually mimic the top part here. Home, insert, page layout, formulas, and so on and so forth. Whatever is inside there. Now, you don't want everything from that home tab. It's useless to create everything, recreate everything again. So what you can do is you can click onto the plus sign here. It will expand and show you what is inside. So this one will show you the different groups. So I have a clipboard group, I have a font group, alignment, number, or style, right? So you can go into Everyday Excel tab over here and click onto the clipboard. This is everything I want in the clipboard. I want to go to my Everyday Excel tab. So you click onto add, you'll go before the file. So you'll go after the file. And let's say number formatting is something that you use very often. You can actually click onto the number group here and click add, and you will go into the Everyday Excel tab. Alright, so once you have done, click OK. And now if you go to your Everyday Excel tab, you will see file that you create manually by one icon, the clipboard group that comes from home, the number group that comes from home as well. So you can actually customize all the commonly used formulas and functions here. Okay, so what happened here is after you do this here, and you have many computers, right? You don't have to recreate everything all over again. Just go to customize the ribbon. Then this is what you want, and this is the layout that you want. You can even change the layout of this depending on what you want. But my suggestion is don't change, especially in the office computer. The reason is that sometimes when you ask for technical support, desktop support, right? If you change any of this layout, you will not be able to be guided by the help desk. So very important, what I would suggest you do is either put the tab that you customize on its own to the left, knowing that it is there, or you put it at the end. So that the help desk can help you according to where you want to find the functions or how to guide you through. Very important. Now, but you can actually put this and say, now that you saved in this computer, you want another computer to have the same setting. You can go to import export and say that I want to export my all customization. So I click on to export all customization. And they will save this as a file called Excel customization user interface. Okay, scroll to the folder where you have, and yours is probably in the Dropbox. You can put it there, save it, and send it back to yourself later on, like tomorrow. So scroll down. Let's say mine. I'm going to keep it inside my training folder, and I save this. You can call this exported UI. This is the extension. So Excel customization. You can keep this, or you can call this Everyday Excel. Right? Or put in your own name, and this is your customization. Or you can have office, home versions, or whatever. No need extension. This is because of the way I do mine. So you can just key in Everyday Excel, they will save this as a user interface. Click onto save. Yeah, you can save it in. Yeah. Click on to save. All right. Okay, now imagine that now you're back into a computer without the word everyday Excel. So what you need to do is take onto this one and say, assuming that you do not want this tab anymore, we're going to remove it. Then after that, we're going to use the import function. So remove, use the button here to remove the entire tab. So everything disappears. Okay, without the tab here, then let's go to import and export and let's import the customization file. Okay, go to the folder where you just saved the customization file. So I'm going to go back to my training folder and it will show me everydayexcel.export. Sometimes the extension won't show on your computer. This is my computer, so I actually customize to show my extension. Alright, click onto the file and click open. And then they will ask you replace all existing ribbon and quick access toolbar customization for this program. That means what they do is not just add on this one, they will actually replace this whole set which we exported. Remember, we just removed the extra tab. So click yes, and now you will see apply Excel, which already have the everyday Excel clipboard comes back. They will actually replace everything. It's just that because they are all the same, you don't see the change. Alright, now don't worry if you do something wrong in the office, just ask them to reinstall. Or you can just recreate it back, it's fine because all the tabs here is been shown here. So if you want to import one tab here, go to the main tab, just click and add, you will go back. So even if you customize this and something goes wrong through the import and export, it's fine because just adding it one by one in, everything will go back to normal again. Alright, so click OK and you're done. Now you have a tab called Everyday Excel with your commonly used formulas and functions. One more thing here is these icons look super big, right? Okay. If you want to make it smaller, you can click onto the file group here, right click. Okay, you can say hide command labels. Now hiding command labels means you hide the way, for example, open recent file, new. These are command labels. Okay, so you can say I don't want to show that, I just look at icons to be good enough. This is to show you, without hiding, they show you the icon plus the name for it. So if you find this is not necessary, you can basically right click, hide command labels. Seems that nothing happened, but then when you click OK, and you see that now only the icons appear. So you can actually stuff more icons inside this tab. With this one, you can also still be able to see because when you move your cursor to the icon, they will pop up right below here. You see open. You see the word open just below the tab here. Then you go to here, it says open recent file. So there is still some pop up, but it's just that if you see that straight away, you can do a lot more things. Straight away, you can actually understand. So I should end off with this is a recording for Everyday Excel. Hope you enjoyed it and see you in YouTube.